My beloved child, please hear me out. This isn't just another video or just another message. This is my direct and urgent warning to you. There is something I need you to understand, something that could protect you from the pain that awaits. The road ahead is not as simple as it seems, and the choices you make today will shape the path before you. There are dangers lurking where you least expect, and if you are not careful, you may find yourself lost in the darkness. But you are not alone. I am here to guide you, to help you see what your eyes cannot. Trust my words, for they are spoken out of love and concern. Do be deceived by illusions that promise happiness, yet lead only to emptiness. Many will whisper enticing words, offering fleeting pleasures that do not satisfy the soul. The world may disguise pitfalls as opportunities, but I am here to reveal the truth hidden beneath the surface. Listen closely. There is a way forward, a path that leads not to ruin but to restoration, not to despair but to divine fulfillment. I have seen the nights when your heart ached in silence, when fear wrapped itself around you like a shadow, making you question your worth, your future, your very existence. But hear me now. Those whispers of doubt are not from me. They are the echoes of a world that does not know your true value. You were never meant to live in fear or be defined by your past mistakes. I do not measure you by failures, nor do I withhold my love when you falter. My affection for you is not conditional. It does not waver with time or circumstance. But I must warn you, there are forces that seek to pull you away from the light. They will tempt you with lies, convincing you that you are forgotten, that your struggles are unseen. Yet I tell you, every tear you have shed, every silent prayer you have spoken, has reached me. Even when you thought your cries were lost in the void, I was already moving, already preparing the answer that would arrive at the appointed time. The world will try to convince you that I am distant, that I do not hear, that I do not care. But I am closer than the breath in your lungs, nearer than the beating of your heart. If only you could see how I have shielded you from dangers you never even recognized. How many times have I redirected your steps, protecting you from paths that would have led to destruction? How many moments have I intervened without you realizing it? I do not expect you to understand every plan, but I ask you to trust in my purpose. There will be moments when the road ahead is unclear, when the weight of your burdens makes you feel as though you cannot take another step. But I promise you this, what looks like an ending is often the threshold of a new beginning. What appears to be a loss may in time be revealed as an act of divine redirection. I do not waste your pain. Every trial, every hardship is being woven into a greater purpose. You may wonder why some doors remain closed despite your prayers, why certain dreams seem to wither before they bloom. But what if I told you that I am not denying you, but preparing you? That what you perceive as rejection is actually my protection. My timing is not bound by human limitations, nor do I operate on schedules dictated by impatience. I move with divine precision, ensuring that every blessing arrives when your soul is truly ready to receive it. Be wary of distractions that seek to pull you away from my voice. The world is filled with noise, opinions, expectations, false promises that glitter like gold but crumble like dust. Do not chase after illusions that vanish the moment you grasp them. Instead, turn your heart toward me. Seek the wisdom that cannot be found in the shifting tides of human approval. Those who trust in the fleeting things of this world will find themselves empty. But those who anchor their hearts in my truth will never be shaken. I have called you to be different, to walk a path not defined by the standards of men, but by the purpose I have written upon your soul. This means that at times, you will stand alone. You will face moments of rejection, of misunderstanding, of isolation. But do not mistake loneliness for abandonment. Even in the silence, I am near. Even when you feel unseen, I am watching over you with love beyond measure. Do not let fear dictate your choices. Fear is a thief. It steals your peace, distorts your perception, and leads you away from the truth. But I have not given you a spirit of fear. I have placed within you courage, wisdom, strength beyond what you believe yourself capable of. You were not meant to merely survive. You were meant to thrive, to walk boldly in the confidence of knowing who you are in me. And so I ask you now, will you trust me? Will you lay down the burdens you were never meant to carry? Will you surrender the fears that have kept you imprisoned for far too long? Open your heart, my beloved, and let me fill the empty places with the peace that surpasses all understanding. You were not created for despair. You were formed with intention, with purpose, with a destiny that cannot be erased. The days ahead may bring trials, but they will also bring triumph. Do not be discouraged by temporary hardships, for they are but stepping stones leading to something greater. What is unseen today will be revealed in due time. Hold fast to my promises, for they are unshakable. I am not a distant observer. I am your protector, your provider, your ever-present help in times of trouble. And so I leave you with this truth: nothing can separate you from my love. No mistake, no failure, no darkness is greater than the light I have placed within you. You are mine, and I will never let you go. Walk forward in faith, for the path ahead is already prepared. Every trial, every challenge, every moment of uncertainty is leading you closer to the fullness of what I have destined for you. Now go. Step forward without fear, for I am with you always. Where you once trembled with uncertainty, now you walk with assurance. Not because the road ahead is suddenly easy, but because you finally understand you are never alone. My strength flows through you like a mighty river, unstoppable and ever-present. Every time you doubted, every time you questioned whether you could endure another day, I was there, carrying you through when you had no strength of your own. Let this truth settle deep within you. I am not a distant presence watching from afar. I am intimately woven into every detail of your life, standing with you in joy and sorrow, guiding you through both triumph and trial. When the world speaks words of defeat over you, my voice rises above them, declaring victory. When fear whispers that you are not enough, I remind you that in me, you lack nothing. When weariness presses down on your soul, I lift you up, refreshing you with my peace. So stand in the knowledge that I am your foundation, your stronghold, your refuge. Let your heart take courage, knowing that even when storms arise, even when darkness falls, you are held in the palm of my hand. The waves may rise, but they will not overtake you. The fire may burn, but you will not be consumed. The winds may howl, but they will not shake the certainty of my love for you. You are mine, and nothing, no force, no failure, no fear can separate you from the depth of my devotion. Every promise I have spoken over your life is sealed by my power. My word does not return void. It accomplishes what I set it out to do. If I have declared healing, then healing will come. If I have declared restoration, then what was broken will be made whole. If I have spoken peace, then no storm can last forever. I know the weight of the burdens you carry. I see the silent battles you fight. In the quiet hours of the night, when the world is asleep, and your heart wrestles with uncertainty. But I tell you this, release them to me. Lay them at my feet. Let go of the need to control, to figure it all out on your own. Trust in my wisdom, for I see what you cannot see, and I am working all things together for your good. Even now, the seeds of breakthrough are being planted. Even now, doors are being opened that you cannot yet perceive. Even now, the chains that once held you captive are breaking, one by one. You may not feel it immediately, but trust that the shift is happening. You are stepping into a season of divine renewal, where old wounds will be healed, and past regrets will be turned into testimonies of grace. Do not hold on to the pain of yesterday, the disappointments, the betrayals, the mistakes. They do not define you. I have wiped them away, and I am calling you forward into a life of peace, purpose, and unshakable joy. Forward into relationships that nurture your soul and fill you with life. Forward into the fulfillment of every promise I have spoken over you. If you could only see what I see, the brilliance of your spirit, the beauty of your faith, the strength that has been forged in the fires of adversity, you would never again question your worth. You are precious beyond measure, treasured beyond comprehension. My love for you is not conditional. It is not based on performance or perfection. It is unwavering, unchanging, and eternal. So step into that love. Let it surround you. Let it strengthen you. Let it fill the empty places and mend the broken ones. Let it remind you, in every moment of doubt, that you are seen, you are known, and you are deeply cherished. There is nothing you need to prove. You do not need to earn my affection. You do not need to strive for my approval. I have already chosen you. I have already called you my beloved. All I ask is that you receive it. Open your heart fully, without reservation. Let my presence flood every corner of your soul, washing away fear, insecurity, and doubt. As you walk forward, do not be surprised when resistance arises. The enemy of your soul does not want you to step into freedom. He will attempt to remind you of your failures, to plant seeds of uncertainty, to whisper that you are unworthy. But you know the truth now. You are more than a conqueror. You are redeemed, restored, and renewed. His lies hold no power over you. His accusations are empty. For I have already spoken the final word over your life, and that word is victory. Walk in that truth. Breathe it in. Let it saturate every thought, every decision, every interaction. Let it shape how you see yourself and how you navigate the world. Let it be the anchor that holds you steady when trials come, and the light that guides you when the path ahead seems uncertain. I am with you, not just in the moments of clarity, when faith feels easy and hope feels abundant. I am with you in the confusion, in the waiting, in the in-between spaces where answers seem distant. I am working in ways beyond your understanding, orchestrating details you cannot yet comprehend. Trust in that. Trust in me. Let go of the fear that grips your heart and embrace the peace I freely give. Even when the journey feels long, even when the road is unclear, know that I am leading you, step by step, moment by moment. I am guiding you toward the place I have prepared for you. Do not rush ahead and do not lag behind. Walk with me. Abide in me. Let my presence be your constant, your source of unwavering confidence. In me you will find strength for every battle, grace for every failure, and love that never fades. So rise, beloved, lift your head, breathe deeply. The morning of renewal is here. The season of breakthrough has begun. Walk forward with courage, with joy, with an unshakable assurance that you are held in the embrace of the one who created you, the one who calls you by name, the one who will never let you go. And as you move through this day, let gratitude fill your heart. See my hand at work in every detail. Trust that even in the waiting, I am present. Even in the silence, I am speaking. Even in the storm, I am sheltering you. You are loved, you are seen, you are victorious, and nothing can ever change that. Do not let the opinions of those who do not see your worth distort the truth of who you are. I, who formed you with intention and love, have already declared your value beyond measure. Do not look to the world for validation. It will never be enough. Instead, rest in the assurance that my love for you is unshakable, constant, and unwavering. No amount of rejection, failure, or disappointment can diminish the light I have placed within you. Others may misjudge your heart, misunderstand your motives, or even turn their backs on you, but I will never do so. My love is not conditional. It does not fade in your weakest moments or diminish when you falter. It is everlasting, reaching you even in the places where you feel unseen and unheard. You do not have to prove yourself to anyone. I know the battles you have fought, the sacrifices you have made, the silent struggles that no one else could comprehend. I have seen every tear, heard every sigh, and felt the weight of every burden you have carried alone. But listen closely. This is not the end of your story. The hardships you have faced are not meant to define you. They are meant to refine you. Every trial, every loss, every painful season has been shaping you, strengthening you, preparing you for what lies ahead. The enemy of your soul would have you believe that you are stuck, that things will never change, that the wounds of your past will always dictate your future. But I am the one who redeems and restores. I am the one who turns ashes into beauty, despair into joy, and sorrow into songs of victory. What once seemed impossible will soon become a testimony of my faithfulness in your life. Take heart, my beloved. The pain that once paralyzed you will no longer hold power over your mind. The voices of condemnation and shame will be silenced by my truth. No longer will you carry the labels the world has placed upon you. You are not abandoned, forgotten, or unworthy. You are chosen, loved, and set apart for a purpose greater than you can comprehend. Do not waste another moment dwelling on the mistakes of the past. Guilt and regret were never meant to be chains around your soul. Lay them down at my feet and walk forward in the freedom I have purchased for you. I have already paid the price for your redemption. Do not carry a debt that has been erased by my love. Lift your head, square your shoulders, and step into the destiny I have prepared for you. I am calling you to new heights. The door that seemed permanently shut is about to open before you. The opportunity that once passed you by will come again, and this time you will be ready. No more hesitation, no more second guessing. You will walk forward with boldness, knowing that I am the one who goes before you. Every resource, every connection, every divine appointment is being aligned for your good. But hear me well, this new season will require something of you. It will require trust, faith, and an unwavering belief that I am who I say I am. It will require you to let go of the distractions that pull you away from my presence. You cannot step into the fullness of my blessing while clinging to the things that once held you captive. Let them go. Release the bitterness, the resentment, the fear. I am bringing you into a place of peace. But you must be willing to walk away from the chaos that has become too familiar. You cannot carry old burdens into a new season. The weight of past disappointments will only hinder your ability to embrace what is ahead. Trust that I am handling what is beyond your control. You do not have to fix everything or force anything to happen. Your job is to remain faithful, to continue walking in obedience, and to rest in the knowledge that I am working all things together for your good. The time of waiting has not been wasted. Every moment of uncertainty, every season of longing, every unanswered question has been used to deepen your dependence on me. You have learned patience in the delay, wisdom in the silence, and strength in the struggle. And now you will see the fruit of your endurance. What once seemed like a painful detour was actually the path leading you directly into my promises. Prepare your heart, for you are about to see the manifestation of prayers you once thought had gone unheard. Nothing you have cried out for in faith has been ignored. I have been working behind the scenes, orchestrating details you could not yet perceive. But now the pieces are falling into place, and you will soon understand why the wait was necessary. There will be moments when doubt tries to creep in, when fear whispers lies that contradict my truth. In those moments, stand firm. Remind yourself of how far I have brought you. Recall the miracles I have already performed in your life. Let your testimony be the weapon that silences every doubt. You are stronger than you realize, not because of your own strength, but because my power is made perfect in your weakness. You were not created to live in survival mode. You were made for abundance, abundant joy, abundant peace, abundant life. Stop settling for less than what I have prepared for you. Stop allowing fear to keep you from stepping into all that I have promised. There is no limit to what I can do in your life, but I need you to believe it. It is time to dream again, time to hope again, time to step forward with expectation, knowing that I am faithful to complete the good work I have started in you. Do not allow the disappointments of the past to rob you of the blessings of the future. I am doing a new thing. Can you not perceive it? Rise up, my beloved. Shake off the dust of discouragement. Cast aside the doubts that have lingered too long, Stand in the confidence of knowing that I am with you, that I am for you, and that nothing can stand against you when you walk in alignment with me. This is your moment. This is your season. Walk boldly into the future I have prepared for you, knowing that my plans are always greater, my ways are always higher, and my love for you is always unfailing. And as you step forward, know this: I will never leave you, never forsake you, and never stop fighting on your behalf. Victory is already yours. Now go. Walk in it. Stronger foundation of faith and wholeness. Do not resist the transformation I am bringing. It may be uncomfortable at times as deep-rooted fears and old wounds surface, but I am not exposing them to harm you. I am bringing them into the light to heal you. Let me remove the burdens that have weighed you down for too long. Let me fill those empty spaces with my peace, my wisdom, my unshakable love. You may have spent years believing that some struggles are too ingrained, that certain cycles cannot be broken. But I tell you now, nothing is beyond my power to redeem. What seems impossible in human eyes is effortless in mine. My spirit moves in ways that defy logic, rewriting stories, restoring what was lost, and reviving what appeared lifeless. Trust in my ability to bring renewal where you thought only ruin remained. There will be moments when discouragement whispers in your ear, telling you that nothing is changing, that your prayers are in vain. Do not listen to that voice. I am working behind the scenes, aligning circumstances, shifting obstacles, preparing the breakthrough you have long awaited. Some of my greatest works unfold quietly before they manifest openly. Just as a seed must break beneath the soil before new life emerges, so too must you trust that unseen growth is happening within you. You are not forgotten. You are not unseen. Every tear you have shed, I have collected. Every unspoken worry, I have heard. Every longing in your heart, I have understood before you even gave it words. My timing is not delayed. It is precise. I do not withhold blessings from you out of cruelty, but out of wisdom. There are gifts I am preparing for you that require a readiness of heart, a maturity of faith. When the moment is right, doors will open, prayers will be answered, and you will understand why the waiting was necessary. Do not measure my faithfulness by how quickly your circumstances change. My presence is the greatest proof of my love, not the speed of a miracle. I am walking with you now, even in the in-between, even in the uncertainty. You are never alone, not for a single moment. My love surrounds you like the air you breathe, constant, unseen, but sustaining every part of your existence. Let go of the habit of overthinking, of trying to control every outcome. I am the one who holds the universe together. You do not have to bear the weight of figuring everything out. Release your anxieties into my hands. Trust that I am already making a way where you cannot yet see a path. Let peace replace the restless striving in your mind. Be still and know that I am God. Do you feel weary? I offer you rest, not just for your body, but for your soul. The world demands that you constantly prove yourself. Achieve more. Strive harder. But I do not measure you by your accomplishments. I cherish you for who you are. Come to me, lay down your burdens, and simply be. In my presence, there is no pressure, no expectation, only love. Let me refresh you, renew your strength, and remind you that your worth has never been tied to what you do, but to the fact that you are mine. Be careful not to chase after things that promise happiness, but leave you empty. There are distractions everywhere, calling out with false promises of fulfillment, but true joy is found in me, in living a life that is rich with purpose, not just possessions. Seek first my kingdom, and all that you need will be added to you. When you make me your highest pursuit, you will find that everything else falls into place. There is no shame in needing help. Do not isolate yourself when you struggle. I have placed people around you for a reason. Reach out, let them carry you in prayer. Let them encourage you when your strength falters. Community is a gift. Do not reject it out of pride or fear. Even when others fail you, know that I never will. My love is steadfast, my support unwavering. And to those who have been betrayed, those who have suffered the wounds of abandonment, I see you. I know the pain of rejection. I too was despised, misunderstood, cast aside by those I loved. But rejection by the world is not a reflection of your worth. You are deeply valued in my eyes, chosen and set apart. Do not let the opinions of others define you. My voice is the only truth that matters, and I declare you worthy, beloved, and destined for greater things than you can imagine. Forgive, not because they deserve it, but because you deserve freedom. Holding on to anger chains your spirit, poisoning your peace. Release the offense, place it in my hands. Justice is mine to carry. You do not need to avenge yourself. I will deal with every wrong in my perfect way, in my perfect time. Let your heart be free. Walk in love, even when it is difficult. That is where true power lies, not in retaliation, but in rising above. There is a shift coming, a season of change. Do not fear it. What I am preparing will require you to let go of some things, to leave behind certain patterns, maybe even some relationships. But what I have ahead is greater. You cannot grasp new blessings while clinging to old burdens. Trust me enough to release what no longer serves your growth. I am making room for abundance, for joy, for a fresh outpouring of my goodness in your life. Strengthen your faith. Stay expectant. Speak life into your situation, no matter how impossible it seems. What you declare in faith has power. My promises are not empty words. They are alive, waiting for you to claim them. Open your heart to receive, to believe, to step forward with confidence. Your story is not over. The best chapters are still being written. I am with you, now and always. My beloved, as you walk this journey, never lose sight of the power of surrender. In a world that teaches self-sufficiency, surrender may seem like weakness. But in my kingdom, surrender is where true strength is found. To lay down your fears, your ambitions, your tightly held plans at my feet is not to lose control. It is to place yourself in the hands of the one who already knows the outcome. You were never meant to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. That burden is mine to bear. Release your need to understand every detail, and trust that my wisdom far surpasses your own. I do not ask you to abandon dreams or ambitions. I ask you to align them with my will, knowing that what I have planned for you is greater than what you could design for yourself. There will be moments when you question my timing, when your prayers seem to hang in the air unanswered, when the doors you knock upon remain closed, when silence becomes your unwelcome companion. Do not mistake my stillness for absence. I am working in ways beyond your comprehension. I am moving the pieces into place, orchestrating connections, refining your character, preparing you to carry the blessings I have in store. If I were to give you everything you asked for at once, would you truly be ready to receive it? Would your heart have the depth to steward my gifts well? I delay not out of cruelty, but out of love, ensuring that when the breakthrough comes, you will be strong enough to sustain it. Even now, in the waiting, I am drawing you closer. Do not rush ahead of me, attempting to force what is meant to unfold in divine time. My pace is deliberate, my ways are intentional, and my purpose for you is unshakable. The waiting is not wasted. It is the soil where patience and trust take root. And when the harvest arrives, you will see that not a moment was in vain. Be careful, my child, not to let bitterness take hold when life does not go according to your plans. Bitterness is a thief. It robs you of joy, clouds your perspective, and turns your heart into barren ground where love struggles to grow. Release the disappointments, the betrayals, the wounds that whisper to you that life is unfair. Justice is mine to uphold. Healing is mine to give. Do not chain yourself to past hurts, replaying them over and over in your mind. Instead, allow my love to be the salve that soothes your wounds. Forgiveness is not forgetting. It is choosing to no longer let pain define you. It is surrendering the right to retribution and placing your trust in my perfect justice. And when the burden of life grows too heavy, when the weight of responsibilities, expectations, and unseen struggles press against your spirit, come to me. Come to me, let me be your refuge. The world may tell you to push through, to strive harder, to prove your worth through endless toil. But I tell you to rest. True rest, not merely sleep, but soul-deep peace that comes from knowing you are held, protected, and deeply loved. Rest is not laziness, it is trust. It is stepping back and acknowledging that I am God, that I am in control, and that you do not have to have all the answers. Let my presence be your safe haven. Let my arms be the place where you lay down your weariness. Do not be afraid to dream, my beloved. Fear has no place in a heart filled with my spirit. The world will try to plant doubts in your mind, whispering that you are not enough, that your past disqualifies you, that your future is uncertain. But I have not given you a spirit of fear. I have given you power, love, and a sound mind. Walk boldly in the calling I have placed on your life. Even when you feel inadequate, even when opposition rises against you, even when failures seem to outweigh successes, keep moving forward. For every stumbling block, I provide a stepping stone. For every setback, I weave a greater comeback. When you walk in faith, the impossible becomes possible, and the mountains before you bow in surrender. Do not let the opinions of others define your worth. Too often, you allow their words, both spoken and unspoken, to shape your perception of yourself. But listen to me. You are not what they say you are. You are not their rejection, their criticism, or their indifference. You are my child, formed by my hands, cherished beyond measure, loved with an everlasting love. When the voices of doubt grow loud, drown them out with my truth. You are chosen. You are set apart. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. Nothing they say can alter what I have already declared over your life. And remember this: every act of obedience, no matter how small, carries significance. You may not always see the immediate impact of your faithfulness, but I do. When you choose kindness over cruelty, when you extend grace instead of judgment, when you give even when it costs you, these moments are never wasted. They echo in eternity. Sometimes the greatest impact is made not in grand gestures, but in quiet consistency. Keep sowing goodness, even when the results are unseen. In time, the seeds you have planted will bear fruit, bringing blessings not just to you, but to those around you. My love for you is relentless. It is not swayed by your successes or diminished by your failures. You cannot earn it, nor can you lose it. It is the foundation upon which you stand, the constant in an ever-changing world. When you stumble, I am here to lift you. When you rejoice, I am here to celebrate with you. When you weep, I am here to wipe your tears. You are never alone, not for a single moment, so walk forward. My beloved, with your head held high and your heart anchored in my promises. The road ahead may twist and turn, but I am the one guiding your steps. There will be valleys, but also mountaintops. There will be battles, but also victories. Through it all, my love remains unwavering. Trust in me, lean on me, and know that I am with you, always. Amen.